Hey, what's up? It's your boy Hawk back with another video. Today, we're talking about Doom Eternal and Just Cause 2 in the first installment of 2021, the series IT, which is Initial Thoughts. I'm basically here to give you my thoughts and my brief opinions if you wanted to know that for some reason. I played Doom Eternal and Just Cause 2 in the span of December 2020 all the way up until the very beginning of February 2021. Yeah, let's just talk about these games and give my opinion, give a small, brief opinion, because I'm going to talk about two games in the first time in this series. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this, but anyways, let's get into it. To give some background, Doom Eternal came out in 2020, and Just Cause 2 came out back in 2011, 2010, like a decade apart, basically. When did you play Doom Eternal? I played Doom Eternal, like I said, in December 2020 all the way up until early January. Like I completed the game at the very beginning of the year of 2021. Why did you play? I played the game because I was looking for another Doom game to play. I remember I played Doom 2016 back in 2018, 2019, and it ran pretty good on my computer, so I was like, I really enjoyed Doom. So then I played Doom Eternal afterwards because I really liked Doom 2016. If you want to know my opinion on Doom specifically, it's like a really fun horror shooter type thing. It's like, if you played Doom, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't played it, it's basically like a first-person shooter, open-ended in certain aspects, and it's a lot of gore. It's a lot of blood. Viewer discretion advised. Brief rundown. Wait, let me see what I said. Okay then, so here's a brief rundown on Doom Eternal 2020. That was my phone. Doom Eternal is a first-person shooter game, and it's a sequel to Doom 2016. It was released on March 2020. It's set after the events of the 2016 game, which follows the Doomslayer, which is the main character, on a mission to end Hell's consumption of the Earth and foil the alien maker. Okay, so I said the Wikipedia page, so if you want to read this whole thing, read the basic synopsis, you can go on the Wikipedia page. So like I said, the game is a first-person shooter game. In my opinion, it's a little open-ended. Of course, it's linear in design. And basically what I mean is you have a set path, you have missions that you have to complete in order to progress in the story. And that's basically what I mean when I say linear. But it's also kind of open-ended. You can find treasure, you can find secrets, like there's vinyls in the game. Vinyls, if you didn't know, it's like a gigantic music CD, which makes no sense. But it's a big, gigantic music disc, and I'm gonna stop talking about vinyls because it has nothing to do with the video. But here's a vinyl on screen, and here's a vinyl in Doom Eternal. So there we go. That's basically the gameplay of the game. If you played Doom 2016, or if you haven't played Doom at all, it's a first-person shooter game. There's a lot of gore, there's a lot of blood, and as someone who doesn't like that, I can handle it, you know, as long as you don't take it too serious, because again, this is a video game. You'll have a lot of fun playing Doom 2016, and that's what I found when I was playing Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal in 2020. The music in this game is also based on like metal, hard rock. Like it's hard rock. It fits the atmosphere perfectly because it's very, very violent. If you're looking for a good first-person shooter, that's the brief rundown on Doom Eternal. Let me share some spoilers, my thoughts on the spoilers in the game, because that was just basically like the brief rundown for people who don't want to hear spoilers, who actually want to play the game. So skip to this part of the video for spoilers. So essentially, the spoilers section, I'm just going to give my brief thoughts on the story. The story in the game, I honestly didn't pay attention to it too much. I tried to pay attention to it, but this is the Christmas season. I got this game in December, like Christmas Day, and I started playing it the day after. Played it for like 2-3 weeks, so I couldn't really get the story, and I tried to get the story, you know, and you know that's what I always do when I try to play video games that kind of have like a concept. But in this game, I didn't pay attention to it. But from what I got, and from what I got, the Wikipedia is basically the main character trying to destroy the evil, and that's something that we can all agree on. You know what I'm saying? The finale was pretty epic. I mean, from what I saw, from what I played actually, not from what I saw. From what I played, the finale was actually it wasn't anticlimactic. How do I put this? It was is a lot. It's a lot. You know, the finale was crazy. The final boss was awesome. The final boss was great. Love the final boss. And overall, the conclusion to the game was kind of like Doom 2016, which means it was great. Also, the gameplay itself, I really thought was enjoyable, just like Doom 2016. Well, I forgot to mention, but the music in this game, the graphics, since my hardware isn't the best, the game kind of looked a little pixelated because I wanted to run it at the highest frame rate. Since the game came out in 2020, my computer device was released in 2018, so I got it back 2 years ago. Even at that time, it wasn't the highest quality hardware, so running Doom Eternal was a little challenge, but I still managed to get through the game. Played about 20 something hours, I believe. I'll put it on screen. That's how much I played the game. I like the music. I didn't really pay attention to the music that much. I was just trying to complete the game. The music in this game it's good for what it is. It's not my favorite soundtrack by any means, but it fits the game very well, and that's my opinions. A bunch of hard rock, a bunch of metal, and yeah, more of my opinions in the reception section. So let's get into that. Alright, so the reception for Doom Eternal, let's check it out. This is my second time doing this part of the video. Metacritic. On PC, this game got an 88 out of 100. The PS4 version got an 87 out of 100. The Xbox One version got an 88 out of 100. And the Nintendo Switch version got an 81 out of 100. So it was released on all major platforms at the time of its release. I honestly give the game the same score, 8 out of 10. Solid game. And to not give any spoilers, this game was really fun. Very gory, okay. Sometimes it could be a little too much, but I enjoyed it. I mean, the game is rated M, so I don't know why I'm saying this. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Just like Doom 2016. If you want to know my opinion on Doom 2016, actually, let's give both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid score, or 8 out of 10 on most days. Let's move on to the next part of this video, which is Just Cause 2. Alright, Just Cause 2. When did you play Just Cause 2? I played Just Cause 2 starting January, the very beginning of the year. Similar to Doom Eternal, but Doom Eternal, I already mentioned in that part of the video if you watched it. But if you didn't watch that part and you skipped it, this part of the video, Doom Eternal, I played it at the very end of the year, the day after Christmas, all the way up until the very beginning of the year. And then that's when I started playing Just Cause 2. The week of the 4th, I believe, 4th of 2021. That's when I started playing Just Cause 2, and I finished it on February 1st. Basically, the beginning of February, so like the first couple days. Why did you play? I played this game because I was looking for a game that was affordable on the Steam sale. You know, the platform Steam, which is the most popular platform on PC at the time of this video. I'm always saying that, so this could be like a historical reference. Yeah, hopefully Steam lasts forever, right? But anyways, why did I say that? Anyways, Just Cause 2. I played this game because it was like $2 on sale. It was like $1, and I had like $2 on my Steam account. And I also bought like a small indie game that I could talk about in the future. If I don't, then just ignore this part of this video. So that's why I played this game. It was cheap, affordable, and the ratings were pretty good. And also it had a legacy section on Wikipedia, so I was like, let me check it out, you know. Okay, here's the brief rundown of Just Cause 2. I have to go to the Wikipedia page. So Just Cause 2, I was right. It came out in 2010. It's an action-adventure game. This video game, Just Cause 2, is a sequel to the 2006 Just Cause. It features Rigo Rodriguez, a major operative of a fictional agency who arrives at Panu, which is a fictional island in maritime Southeast Asia, to overthrow dictator Panek Baby Panay and confront former mentor Tom Sheldon. The gameplay involves Rico fighting hostile militants with guns, a grappling hook, and this game introduces into the Just Cause series the Chaos system, in which players must complete missions and destroy government property on Panu for Chaos points. These points are essential for story progression. So this game is a very open-ended game, and I'm going to talk about more in the spoiler section, but to give a basic non-spoiler type review before the spoilers, of course. If you played GTA before, Grand Theft Auto, specifically the games from Grand Theft Auto 3 all the way up until Grand Theft Auto 5 because Grand Theft Auto 6 hasn't been released at the time of this video's release. But if you played any open-ended games like Grand Theft Auto 5, someone give me a name of another open-ended game besides Grand Theft Auto. There's many more. What was that game? Saints Row. Ooh, off the top of my head, Saints Row. What else? There has to be more. There has to be more open-ended games, obviously. Sandbox games, basically. Sandbox games. Besides the story mode, you can pretty much do anything you want in the constraints of the place that you're in. Of course, you can't do literally anything, but you can. It's open world. It's a big, expansive island. It's a big island, so you have many things to do, and you'll spend several hours just exploring, not even doing missions, just driving, flying. Is that type of game, you know? And it's very peaceful at points. It gets very hectic, but that's basically the brief rundown of Just Cause 2 without the spoilers. I'm going to give the spoilers right now. Skip this part of the video for spoilers. Skip to this part of the video for spoilers. Spoilers. So the story is very government, it's very political, it's contentious, and the story is actually at the very end of the game. You get to work with one of the three of the gangs, and I believe I chose, Sri Lanka. I'll put it on screen. That's the gang I chose. Here's a picture on screen and the ending of the game was actually a lot more interesting than I expected. Then again, games like this that kind of throw you off for a loop are really good games, and obviously that's what I think of this game. This game is a very, very, very good game, and I know that's such important commentaries, so not expected. But seriously, man, I'll explain that more in the reception section. I'll explain it with a little bit more detail. But for the spoilers, you defeat Panu, the leader of Panu, or the dictator of Panu. There's also things about oil control. I don't want to go into like a philosophical, political deep dive in this game story, but I found it interesting that it had these elements. Also, once you complete the game, don't want to forget this. Once you complete the game, there's a mercenary mode, which is the mode that you get after completing the game. So that's basically the mode where there's no story anymore. You just have to complete certain missions in order to 100% the game, where it's all open-ended. You can destroy as many buildings as you want. Granted, you'll have some heat, Panu's police, and it can get really hectic at points. And actually, I don't want to forget to mention this, but the game crashed a lot of the times when I was playing mercenary mode. So after I complete the game seemed to crash a lot during mercenary mode, and it's weird. My computer can clearly handle this game, but it kept crashing. I don't know. Maybe it's just the problem with my version of the game, but that makes no sense because this is the Steam version. But anyways, I can deal with the crashes. I save the game a lot just in case stuff like that happens. Anyways, I'll explain it more in the reception. So the reception for this game, Just Cause 2, received generally positive reviews from critics. On Metacritic, the PC version got an 84 out of 100, the PS3 version got an 83 out of 100, and the Xbox 360 version got an 81 out of 100. And it got generally positive reviews, and apparently people say it's a significant improvement to the predecessor. I haven't played Just Cause 1 or 3 or any games afterwards, but from playing Just Cause 2, I can see why. And the game also has a legacy section, basically explaining the influence overall in the canon. I thought the game was also great as well. I still play this game. I'm actually going to show a screenshot of my progress so far as this video's release. I'm not going to 100% complete the game because I'm not that dedicated to this game. I like the game a lot, but I don't think I have the time to just 100% a video game this massive. It's a very big game, very open-ended, and that's basically my thoughts. The story was also very interesting for those who did not know or who skipped over the spoilers section. The story can get very interesting, and overall, I just really enjoyed the game, and I still play it as this video's release. I mean, I don't want to say when I'm going to stop playing, so just overall, a really good game. And I give it, let me see, my score, I give it like a 9 out of 10. Aged, the graphics can, okay, so the graphics, I forgot to mention the graphics and the music. The music in this game is pretty much non-existent. Like, I mean, it's basically a bunch of atmospheric, orchestral pieces. Sometimes you get intense music, sometimes you get calming music to represent where you are in the map and where you are in the game. whether you're dealing with enemies or when you're not dealing with enemies. And that's basically the music in this game. Like, it's nothing to write home about, but that's not the main point. The graphics also don't look bad for a 2010 game, especially 2010 open-ended game. The game could get really beautiful if you upscale it, specifically on the PC/Steam version. So I'll give it like a 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Really depends. Or 8.5. So an 8, 8.5, or a 9 out of 10. Really solid game. And that is pretty much it. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, this initial thoughts video, specifically IT video. If you watched both reviews, this video was about Doom Eternal / Just Cause 2, or vice versa. If you watched the Doom Eternal review or the Just Cause 2 review, or you watched both and you sat through this entire video, I appreciate you for watching. Be sure to support the boy whenever you can. I shouldn't have to say support me if you want to or not. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a nice day. Goodbye.